Welcome into the In Off the Bench podcast. My name is Jim Cross. I'm joined today by the amazing Ava Garza. No Daniel today. We have a daytime episode. Talons have to get geared up and get ready. Life is coming at him fast as he's been drafted. But before we talk to him, we got to plug the sponsors. Chinook Cidery, 8 flavors, mild to wild, the best in the game. Less salt, no sandpaper tongue. As a matter of fact, Talon, I'm going to come to you before I even introduce you. What's been your favorite Chinook flavor?
I like the barbecue flavor. That's kind of my go-to. I'm a big fan of barbecue chips. I love them all. So
there you go. So from the man himself, if you haven't tried the barbecue, that's the way to go. And I know he also supports the Jesus One apparel, John 16:33, empowering young men and women to be bold in their faith. And then neither of them can taste Old Dominick Distillery, but if you are of age, vodka, whiskey, bourbon, gin, heart of downtown Memphis. Check it out. But I got to ask you an icebreaker right off the bat. First of all, welcome into the show again, Talon. We're glad to have you. Did you watch the All-Star game?
I did. I watched the first little bit of it, and then I'm like, all right, it's 5. It was 5-0. I think it was in the 6th. I want to say it was the 6th. And then I went out to eat with my family, do a last little dinner before I have to leave. But no, I watched Paul Skeens go, and I'm like, I'm a big Paul Skeens fan. I love to watch him pitch, and I was like, no, come on, don't take him out yet. And I thought having the mic on the pitchers, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, you can't put a mic on me while I'm pitching because I can't promise you that what I'm gonna say is gonna be.
It's funny you say that because with Clayton Kershaw mic'd up, they made it look like he said a curse word by putting the blank there. And I was like, at first I was like disappointed. I was like, Clayton wouldn't cuss on TV. And then he didn't say it. They insinuated it. I was like, I knew it. My man's a role model. There's no way my dude was cussing out there. But you're right about Skeens. I had to tune in myself, and he's always must see, not just because he came on here. It's crazy to me, Talon, to think that the best pitcher arguably in the league was a guy that not only just came on the show multiple times, but I got to watch an LSU pitch like a dozen times. And I didn't take it for granted then, but it's like, man, he's something special. But you're on a road there to do it yourself with your trajectory. But I just had to know if you watched it because I didn't like the extra innings, the whole hit off thing. And so I didn't know if you had an opinion on that, but if you tuned out early, I guess you didn't. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. I did see that. I saw videos on like Instagram about the little home run derby. Each yeah. I think 3 side gets three hits.
Yeah. I'd just play it out regular. I feel like that's doing too much, but I guess I know why they don't want to extend pitchers out. It's supposed to be all in fun, but I don't know. I'm just a traditional baseball fan, right? I just feel like you need to play the game and let it play out the way it's supposed to. And then, you know what, if it gets to like 12 or 13, then maybe you just gotta call it a draw because you don't want these guys all night. But I was just intrigued, especially a guy like you who's a pitcher. But then again, we do have a hitting clip. I don't know if you saw it, Ava. His bat flip is my favorite of the year. He's not even an angry person, but it was so angry and intense. Like
it caught me off guard. I was like, "Is that?"
Well, let's ask this question because it's not on my notes. Talon, you're not going to be able to hit and do that no more. Are you sad?
Honestly, no. Just because I know I have so much fun pitching. Just when you're on that mound, it's just a completely different feeling. Now, at the same time, when you're in that box and that one time he threw a slider right before that pitch and I fouled it off and I just missed it. And I'm like, man, if he throws this again, I'm gonna hit this ball hard. And he threw the slider and I hit it. And that feeling whenever you hit a ball and you know it's gone, man, it was one of the best feelings ever.
Well, but it made for the best video clip. Like I watched when that video clip first came out, I watched that thing 10 times in a row and I was like, that's awesome. Especially Ava, you gotta, I mean, it's the equivalent to if Paul Skeens hits a home run, like because he's just like him in the sense that he's a pitcher, but he can hit. And so now you know what it would have looked like if you got to see Skeens bat when you're at LSU.
I know. It basically already just happened in front of me. So now I know. I don't need that. Like I have that peace of mind. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. But I could ramble about him hitting all day. I'll let you get into your questions.
Perfect. That would be great. I have all the questions. I'm quite the talker. So Talon, I wasn't here for your first interview, but I understand that you are a cancer survivor. So can you tell me about what kind of cancer you had and what that journey looked like for you?
Yes, ma'am. So freshman year, I went to Starkville for a playoff game. Oh no, it was right before spring break. And I come back and I had this big bump on my neck, and it was really uncomfortable, and I couldn't get that full range of motion, so I couldn't turn all the way over and look over both shoulders. And so in order for me to pitch, I had to turn my whole body to face the catcher. And we were real curious about what that was, because it's not normal. So we went back and we get to the doctor and got a biopsy on it. And after a biopsy, there's 3 scans. The first 2 came back negative for me, and we heard that they both came back negative right before an outing. I think I was pitching against North Point. It's a high school in Tennessee, and I was pitching against them, and I felt great. I finished an outing, came home, had like some fun with friends, and my mom came to me and started crying, and she was like, "Man, Talon, you have stage 3 high risk Hodgkin lymphoma." And through that, it was 21 rounds of chemo and 19 rounds of radiation. But I played all through it. So for me, baseball was my outlet. It was my way out. So I would go get chemo on a Wednesday. I'd travel on a Thursday, and I'm pitching in a game on a Friday. And so it never really. I didn't let it take a toll on me. I didn't want it to. I thought my mindset was, this is me versus cancer, and it's not going to take me away from baseball, and I'm not going to lose this battle.
See, Ava, I told him the first time around, because people can make a choice to be a victim, right? The victim of their circumstance. And this is why Talon was the inspiration to me. And I said to anybody of any age, because this is a kid who said, I'm not going to let this cancer define me or put me down. I'm going to keep living my life. And I just thought it was so awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, so I know staying on top of your health is still a really big part of your routine. So you actually just had a doctor's appointment at St. Jude's last week. So what were the results from that visit?
The results came back, thank God, the results came back completely clear. Still remission, and I have, I think, 6 more years until I be considered a cancer survivor. So I'll go back, and it slowly starts extending from 6 to 8 to eventually a year. And I'll go from there, keep going until I do get to that 10-year mark. And once you get to that 10-year mark, you're considered a cancer survivor.
Perfect.
So that's great news. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's always really, really good to hear. So going through something like that definitely puts life into perspective for anyone. And I imagine it brings a whole new layer of meaning to the game. So how much more appreciation has battling cancer given you for baseball?
For me, the biggest impact it made on me is I got to see what it's like to be at the lowest, the weakest moment of your life. Like it's not like a win or lose. This is life or death. And so being in that situation, walking around St. Jude and seeing those kids who would do anything to be on a baseball field just to pitch and be healthy, it had a completely different mindset for me. And it really impacted me in a way of, like, these kids, they would give anything to be on that field. So pitching, I know who I'm disappointing if I'm not getting 100%. I know those kids who would give anything to be where I am today. And so me going out on that mound, and if I'm not giving 100%, like I said, I know who I'm affecting. I know who I'm disappointing. And so having that mindset, and just like baseball could be taken away from you in a split second, like having that mindset, it's like, man, like just be thankful, be happy that you're out there. And so if you watch me pitch, I guarantee you I'm going to be smiling more than you've ever seen a pitcher smiling before. And half of it's because, like, I have that attitude. Like, if I get an 0-2 count, I know I'm about to strike you out, I'm about to start smiling because I'm laughing. But at the same time, I'm having fun. Like, I've had baseball taken away from me so many times. And so having that, like, mental attitude towards that game, it's like, man, it's just a blessing to be out on that field.
My favorite thing he does is,
yes, ma'am,
after seeing him pitch like 3 times, Ava, he'll start dancing towards the dugout before the strike's even called because he already knows it is.
Feels like I missed out on like very entertaining games right now. I have FOMO, man.
I mean, look, they were talking about it at church yesterday. They were talking about it, and they were like, it basically, what we'd say, Ava, is it wasn't fair. Like, watching him go against high school players in the area, like, they didn't know what to do. He didn't even have to get into his full range of arsenal, but you're in the zone, and it could be seen as cocky, but it's just confidence. When he throws a pitch and he knows it's a strike and he can already start to walk back to the dugout, it's funny. I think that's why he has so much more fun with the batting, because he knows like the pitching's his job. And so, it's house money when you get to go hit.
That's right.
So, I mean, I'm sure we just talked about mental game is strong with Talon Haley. And I'm sure along the way, there were moments that tested you, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. So how much has your faith played a role in your life and in overcoming the challenges that you faced?
So when I was first diagnosed, and no, this is just kind of the way I really felt God tell me I'm going to be okay. I remember when my mom came into my room and she was like, "Hey, you're diagnosed. Like this is, I know, like," and she started tearing up. She's like, "Man, you have cancer." I go in the shower and I put some 94.9 on, and I just listen. I listen to God talk to me. I listen to God tell me I'm going to be okay. And after that moment, like I knew I was going to be okay. I knew this was not going to be easy, but at the same time, I knew that this is God's plan. I live by the verse, John 13:7. You don't realize what I'm doing now, but later you'll realize. And I live by that because there's going to be triumphs. There's going to be like obstacles you're going to face. And it's finding ways to overcome those obstacles that once you get over that hill, you're going to be a better person. You're going to realize why it happened and why God put it in your life.
Absolutely. So before Jim jumps into all the draft talk, I want to shift gears a little bit. So we're going to talk about your brother, Gage. I mean, I go to LSU, big LSU fan, but he got the chance to pitch in the regional in Baton Rouge against the eventual champs, LSU, and that had to be a huge moment. So how proud were you and the rest of your family watching him out there?
It was amazing. Just seeing him out there and seeing him smiling. Now, I know because we went to a couple of games before. Unfortunately, we weren't able to go to the LSU one. But no, we went to the games before, and Gage, he came up to us and he's like, "Man, just having the ability to go out there, like not a lot of people get that opportunity. Like this is a huge game, and there's the amount of people around there." He was like, "Man, they were saying anything you could think of to me while I'm warming up in that bullpen." And he said, once they went out on that mound, I'm shaking. But once I threw that first pitch, it's game on. It's just like, it doesn't matter what happens. You could walk 10 batters in a row, but you're out in that field playing in front of that big of a crowd. It's amazing. And so he came home and he's like, "Man, this is one of the best feelings in the world, being able to be on that field with my team and competing against an SEC opponent and LSU and the team that eventually won the national championship." He's like, there's not a better feeling than that.
I mean, that's what's up, and watching in real time, especially when he hit the I'm trying to think who it was, but ended the inning with the strikeout with 2 men on. It was huge. And I was like, man, you know how it is. You got to have stones to go out there in that moment. Obviously, he had to go through the whole lineup in that environment, which was tough. But I knew how proud y'all had to be, Talon. And I know, I got to see him against Ole Miss in that, day game, and he did great. So I know that he's somebody that is getting it done. And, is he got another year at Little Rock? I didn't even think to ask that.
Yes, sir. He's going back. And now
that team is obviously going to be a team to reckon with.
Yes, sir. I know they've picked up a few players, and I know like just having that year, they're going to bring in a lot of talent. So me being the younger brother, I was so proud of him. I know how hard he's been working, and he's been working even now. He's been working the off season, really pumped up by the results he's seeing. So I'm excited to see where he's going to end up this year.
I don't know how his parents do it, Ava. There's
I know. I'm like, oh my
it feels
God.
like there's 20 of them. They're all athletes. They're all playing something. Like, shout out to your parents, Talon, for being able to navigate and like just try to do the best they can to support all y'all. But I got to ask you a question, man. I'm not gonna be nice to you this whole episode because you told me that I had to start to root for Vandy, need to get some Vandy swag, need all this Vandy stuff. I ended up having 3 Vandy players on this year. And granted, I did love them all, but I think I started to do that because I was on the Talon Haley train. And now you don't even go to Vandy. You got anything to say to me, man? Look, he froze because he couldn't handle it.
I know, he's frozen. He knew he couldn't.
This guy, ducking the hard questions.
Always.
And we went live too. Man, we got watchers. Talon, where you at? There he goes. Reboot, refresh.
That's what we like to see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You trying to duck the hard questions?
No. I don't know what happened. But like, I'm gonna be honest. Vanderbilt, I stepped on campus and that was my home. That was everything about it. That's my home. And no, like even at the combine, you're asked a question. It's, hey, you're at a casino and there's 3 chips in front of you, and you could put some to college, you could put some to professional. Where are you putting your chips? And no, I didn't even hesitate. I said all towards professional baseball because, yes, I knew that Vanderbilt was going to be the college I needed to go to in order to develop me, because they've had proof and they've had the history of developing a player to get him to play professional baseball. And that I was going to find a way to do it. And so
that's all right. Well, now I got some Vandy swag I don't know what to do with, man. I guess I'll still support some other guys.
I'd say still rep it. That black and gold, so that's a pretty good looking color.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, how honestly though, all jokes aside, you said you would go pro baseball, chance to develop, but man, you have been committed to Vandy for some time now. I mean, in the grand scheme, how hard was it, man? Because I know how much you looked forward to it. And so even with the opportunity you have, I know it still hurts a little bit to not go follow that college dream.
Yes, sir. It was definitely a really, really tough decision, just because of the fact that I was committed to them while I was going through everything, and they were supporting me just as much as any other person that was supporting me through it, through cancer, through the arm surgeries. And so it was a really, really hard decision, but I hate to say it, I got to be selfish about it. I got to, this is my goal. This is my dream. I'm going to chase it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to chase my dream. And wherever God leads me, and I feel like my calling's towards, whether that's college baseball, whether that was getting drafted, I was going to do it, what my body and what God led me to do.
Yeah, no doubt. And, clearly you talked about the money being right and everything, and that plays a role. And I know that every guy going into the draft has their number, and, it's hard to pass when that meets. But, talk to me about the draft moment. I think about you telling me your mom comes and brings you the news about cancer, but what's it like when you get that phone call and you're able to tell your parents, hey, I'm going to play professional baseball for the Los Angeles Angels?
It was one of the best feelings, because it was like, I didn't realize what was going on until I told my parents. So I got the call, and no, I was like, is this about to happen? Like, is this really about to happen? And I get the call, and then I call my parents, and then I'm like, hey mom, I'm gonna be playing for the Angels. I'm gonna be playing for the Angels here in a little bit. And oh my gosh, it was one of the best feelings, just to hug my mom and hug my dad. And it's just like this is it's happening. Hug my brothers, hug my girlfriend. It was just like, it was just like all my dreams are starting to come true. And it's like, out of all those things that I've been through, it's like all the obstacles I faced, it's starting to happen, and I'm starting to see why God did this. And so it was definitely like one of the best.
Like I tell people all the time, you're not guaranteed for good things to happen because you're a good person. But Ava, I feel like this story, like you see what happens when he obviously leaned into God. He leaned into his family. He never deterred. He even talked about the kids who were at St. Jude that he was doing it for. This is why I feel like good things happen to good people. And when we talk about his adversity, something that we didn't even talk about, but he even had 2, elbow surgeries. So he's been through it, but it makes me proud that this whole thing was able to come to fruition for you. And now, looking at the Angels, we got 6 in off the bench guests already, between the AA, AAA, and MLB team. So like I will definitely get some Angel swag and root you on. The question I got for you: how much have you watched Nate Snead from Tennessee, who got drafted to the Angels?
Honestly, I mean, you watch him through like SEC baseball, but I'm not I'm not super big. Like, I'm not all
I
over.
asked because he's a pretty nasty lefty too, and so I'm just thinking of what the Angels have done in getting both of you guys, and like, man, like it's some scary talent coming in, and I think about both you guys, and then they obviously got guys that we've had on the show like a Ben Joyce, and I'm excited because ever since the movie Angels in the Outfield, how can you not root for them? As a matter of fact, have you seen that movie or is it too old?
I have. I've seen the Angels in the outfield. But back what you were saying, like, man, that because like in high school baseball, you got those people who want to play high school baseball. You got those people who want to get go to college, and
We'll stop going live because it happened when we went live the other night.
Yeah, it must be the lives. It's like a bad.
If he keeps messing with me, I'm gonna ask him what his number was. Well, for those who are watching on the live, I will be editing this out, but it's all good.
We're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but surely.
Oh, he went. So we'll use this opportunity. Ava, you got to do 2 interviews of athletes today. Who were they?
I did. So the first one was Trot O'Neill, and I mean, he was great. He's going to be a long snapper at Texas. And then the other one was, I always have to remember the way to pronounce the last name. Hello. Oh, he's playing at Darius Gray. Darius Gray. He's uncommitted right now. But he's insane. He's a lineman. You know how much I love lineman interviews. We talked about that a little bit. He hasn't confirmed where he's going. He hasn't committed yet, but his tops are Clemson, LSU, Tennessee, and Ohio State. I mean, that's a pretty good lineup if you ask me. Can't go wrong with that.
No, can't go. He can't make a bad choice.
Oh, no, and I mean, that kid was a joy to talk to. I mean, seriously, the interviews from the linemen, I'm telling you, it's them.
Hey, he's back.
He's back.
My phone overheated from being outside.
Oh, yeah, I mean, hey, look, I was outside in that heat earlier, and look, he's already refreshing. I was out in that heat earlier, Ava. It's no joke right now. It says mid-90s, but it feels like 110, but I'm sure in Texas it might be even hotter.
Yesterday it was 102 whenever we were shooting media day stuff. And we were out there from 8:30 to probably like 5.
And these football guys, they're out there training in it. I mean, that's why when
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, that's why they're in the best shape ever. Because when you train in the summer heat, the fall, it ain't nothing now because you don't put in the work in the hottest temperature. That's why I always like that LSU hype video 2019, and it shows
that was my
video of
favorite.
them training, and it says early mornings on the levee. And it shows them running up the hills, and it's like, I remember those days. It's brutal.
The only like hype video that gives the 2019 LSU one some competition is the Tennessee one. I forget. It's like the all black. Whenever they like announce their all black uniforms, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna lie.
I can't believe you said that. Will Stout somewhere going nuts. Nothing compares to the 2019 video at all. That dude's been on a championship run.
Like from someone that has to edit it and it takes them forever. I just know their media team took forever on that, and like I give all the props to them because that was
that's how he got the job at USC right afterward. But he went on a championship run himself. It'll never be replicated. Hey, he rebooting again.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I don't know. I'm on right now. I'm trying to get it back to working.
It's all good. We just rambling about football videos now.
Rambling.
No.
Still rebooting? Because I can see y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me or see me.
We can hear you. We can't see you. But you know what? We can just continue on if you can hear. You know what? I'm gonna ask you a question, Talon. I wasn't gonna ask it. Everybody at church told me to ask you. I was gonna try to be respectful. But I'm gonna do it now since you done did this to me on a live video. Give me a ballpark estimate of what your number was.
I ended up getting second to third round money. Like it's somewhere between that range. Yes, sir.
So Ava, since you don't know what that is, I'm gonna tell you. We'll just put it this way: he got 7 figures. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
Look, we were talking about it at church, and they were like, "Will he tell you the answer if you ask?" I said, "Probably not." I said, "Not on air anyway." And I was like, "He might give me an estimate though," so that's the reason I went with it. But that's all I got for you. You can play the game with Ava without having the video. It's gonna be a little awkward, but we can do it, Ava. We can run
Has
it.
Talon ever blind ranked?
I mean, he's literally blind ranking because he can't see.
Oh.
It's actually us that can't see. But no, Talon, have you ever done a blind ranking before where you're giving things without knowing what they are and ranking them?
I have not, but I'll try it.
All right, so basically, I'll give you the gist of this, and then I'll let her do it. She's going to give you superpowers. You don't know what superpowers are the options. You don't know what order they're going to come in, but you're going to rank them. There's 7 of them, and what you think would be the best. So, she gives you the first one, and you think it's mid. So you go 3 or 4, and you go from there. We've done this with everything. I thought about giving you left-handed pitchers, but we've done a lot of the left-handed pitchers lately. But, the whole point is to kind of just have fun with it because you don't know what's coming.
All right, I'm ready for it.
All right, so the first one is super strength.
All right, I'm gonna go out of 7. I'm gonna go 5.
Okay, that's a safe one. I feel like that's kind of middle ground.
Look, I'm gonna just tell you right now because I'm a Neanderthal. It's number 1. Just give it to me. I want to be stronger than everybody.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at this list and like I could see this going like either way. The next one is teleportation.
Okay, I'm gonna give that 3 because I feel like being able to teleport in a battle between strength and teleportation's winning 10 times out of 10.
See how excited he's getting over it. This is why I went with this over lefties. I knew he would like this.
I'm like, he's doing real good. Like, I'm loving the context of this. So the next one is shape shifting.
Oh, okay. I'll go 4 here.
Okay, I'm safe
bet. Gotta be some pretty big 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, so the next one is flying.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go 3 there. I'd go 3. I feel like being able to fly everywhere is gonna be pretty sick.
So the next one is rapid healing.
Oh, all right. See, I would have put this one in like the 4 or 5 range. You know what? I'm gonna go 2 here.
2?
I actually thought that he might put this one high because of someone who has had surgeries, has had cancer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The ability. I mean, it's what Wolverine has.
I'm gonna go 2 here because I feel like being able to just heal yourself like that, man. That's a full. You can pitch till you're like 60 or 70.
He's thinking from a baseball perspective. I see it.
That's not a bad thing to think about. Super speed.
I'll put this at 6. Just because I feel like there's got to be something big here for number 1. I'm ready. So I got 1 and 7.
Okay, the last one is invisibility.
I'll go 7 just to test it. I'll go 7 here.
That was all of them. You've had 7. You
got
ranked something twice.
Oh, then I'll put that at 1 then. Invisibility.
You see, super strength. He went 5. Teleportation. He went 4. Shape shifting. He went. That's what it was. I think you did shape shifting and flying. You gave them both 3.
Okay, then shape shifting. We'll put that. So we got invisibility or shape shifting. You know what? We're gonna do shape shifting. We're gonna put that at 1, and then we'll put invisibility at 7 because I feel like being able to
everything, but that's okay. We're just living in it.
Hey, look, he's right though. Like I started thinking about it as he did it, and I started thinking about movies, like the excitement he got about teleportation. You ever seen the movie Jumper, Ava?
I haven't. I've never seen it.
So like if he sees it, he can go there. So like on his wall, he has pictures. And so he could look at a picture of the Eiffel Tower and he could just jump there and teleport. Like that's just a nice thing to have.
Well, I was thinking super speed. I was like, it depends on how we're thinking. Cause I'm like, you could throw a ball really, really hard. Like with super speed. So like.
Yeah, I mean.
And shape-shifting, he can just turn himself into Paul Skeens.
Yeah, shape-shifting, I can snap my fingers and I'm taller than my younger brother. So I mean, like, I can go with that one too.
I was telling her how tall your younger brother. What is his exact height?
He's 6'8".
That's
My
crazy.
youngest
He's
brother.
how old?
He's 14. It's insane.
I'm telling
That's
you,
crazy.
they come in all shapes and sizes in this family, but they're all athletes. And what's funny is when I was looking for a picture of you on Instagram, Talon, I saw that like y'all even wrestled and everything, and I thought, man, is there anything this family hasn't engaged in?
Oh no, we did every sport growing up. That's it. We go out in the yard. When you got 3 brothers out in the yard, you're just making up games at that point. So I remember we used to go in our backyard when the construction, all this construction was happening, and we'd find sticks and we'd turn it into a baseball bat and we'd go out and play a tennis ball tournament out in the yard. And so we used to have a lot of fun with that. We'd paint the bats. We'd put some bat tape on there. We used to have so much fun with that.
See, he's living the life as a kid. I mean, that just makes me want to get my son outside more because he's just sitting there playing games, Ava. Just what am I doing here as a dad? I need to get him out there with some sticks, getting crazy.
Some sticks and a tennis ball. Don't play.
Well, I know you said you were leaving out tomorrow. We were talking before the show. So where are you headed to?
So I'm heading to Tempe, Arizona. So I'm going to fly it's a connecting flight. I'm going to go to Denver, and then from Denver go to Tempe, Arizona for it's a post-draft mini camp. It's going to be more of a kind of a placement test to see if you've been playing a lot, you're going to go straight into getting ready to playing games. But for me, I haven't thrown since my last game just because I was taking that time off, resting my arm. So they're going to probably take me and slowly start building me up to get me ready for, pitching and then working out, putting on weight, getting me ready for the season.
Nice. Well, wish you best of luck. Hey, I'll tell you what, we'll bring you and Nate on together on our other show, our pro show, once y'all season is over this year and y'all gotten acclimated and we'll recap everything y'all got to do. But man, wish you nothing but the best of luck. Obviously hope that you stay healthy. Man, continue to lean into your faith. I know you're probably going to have hard times just because this is going to be, away from your family. But, I have nothing but the most confidence in you because you got a good head on your shoulders. But we appreciate your time, Talon.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been great.
Well, we got his voice with us anyway, Ava, right? We can't see his face.
He's here.
But if you like hearing Talon's story or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please like and share on Facebook, retweet us on X, listen, subscribe, share, all that good stuff on YouTube. We'll be back next week, Ava. We got a full slate, but in the meantime, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.